Did I experience flatlines? Yeah, of course I experienced flatlines. I experienced. What's weird is that before my other streaks, I would always get my flatline between like day 20 and day 25. That's when it would start. It would last almost exactly a week each time. This time, on my last streak, it came at like day 33, 34, and it lasted for 1 week also. Actually, this time it lasted for about 5 days. Um, Thanks, man. See, Zoo, it means a lot. That's why I make these videos. I hope it helps somebody. I know there was nobody like this before when I was around, man. How not to relapse? Hold on, the flatlines, right? So I answered that question. How not to relapse? I'm telling you, the one thing that I noticed, I tried so many times, and I would fall. I would try and fall. I'd get like 1 day, 48 hours, 3 days. The things that I learned the most is meditating. That's the basis. That's the one thing that I'll guarantee. It's like paying car insurance. You don't drive your car around the street you don't drive your car around the street without insurance. Meditating is like your insurance that you will have a long streak no matter what, right? Um, that's the number one thing. You can't skip it. You know, that resistance in your head that's telling you to skip your meditation is the same thing that's whatever's good in life, you're gonna have resistance against it. That's what it is. Just meditate. Meditate, and then that's the number one thing. After meditation, make sure that you have custody of the mind. Make sure you have custody of the mind. The moment that you notice any sort of sexual fantasies, anything like that, make sure that you just change the topic. Put a big X in your head and make sure you change the topic right away. Make sure that usually happens when you're like idle, you're not doing anything. Make sure you got something in your hands, you're busy. People have that saying, um, an idle mind is the devil's playground, right? Like, where does that saying come from? That's exactly what I'm talking about right now. Okay, how to not relapse. Why did you left YouTube, bro? You're amazing. Bro, I fucked up, man. I went to Ukraine. I partied for like 6 days. I got like hammered drunk with my buddies. I ended up hooking up with some chick out there, and she wasn't even really like hot. She was like pretty average, but man, on the second day, I stopped meditating. On the fourth day, the urges were like insane. I already knew where this was going, and I didn't do anything to stop it. Like every time, you know where it's gonna go, and you don't do anything to stop it. And yeah, fuck, man. That was stupid. That was really stupid. I felt like shit. I couldn't get back on. I tried for the whole time. From the moment I came back from Ukraine, I was trying to, uh, I was trying to get back on the wagon. I was trying so hard, falling, going and falling, getting on and falling. And that's what the last like 7 months have been. I had a small relationship with this chick actually for like 2.5 months. And that was like, fuck, man, I was actually doing good. I was on 20 something days. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be it. This is gonna be good. And then they ended up getting with her. Maybe it was because of that. Maybe because I was on a streak or something. I was getting, I don't know, more smooth with girls and stuff. Like you always notice that after like a certain amount of time, you just become smoother and smoother. The way you speak with them, you can just get in their head. It's really easy getting dates and stuff, so it's hard, man. But right now, I'm being super strict with myself. I'm not messing around. Number one thing for me right now is career goals, finances. I'm gonna get my finances in order, get my career in order. Then I'm gonna settle down with some nice girl or something like that. Okay, no, no, no more of this meaningless stuff. Hold on, I can't see your guys' messages. I gotta. Oh, there we go. How not to relapse? Why did you leave? Can you please share your thoughts about journaling and what kinds of benefits you get from it? Journaling, man, I always read that the most successful people keep a journal, and I always kind of ignored it. I was like, okay, it's one of those things you hear all the time, but you always ignore. Reading up on it, I noticed that it's actually the cheapest and one of the most efficient ways of. It has a therapeutic effect. It's like I don't know. It's something to do with resolving the issues in your mind. I noticed that as soon as I start putting things on paper, one thing is that you remember your ideas. You have better insights, way better insights. You have those eureka moments. You know what I mean? It's like bouncing ideas off with somebody. It's like if you can't have like in Think and Grow Rich, they always stress the idea of having a mastermind. Old entrepreneurs these days have stressed the idea of having a mastermind. If you can bounce ideas off of paper, one thing is that you memorize this stuff much better when pen hits the paper, it does something psychologically. I know this from studying languages. You have to write down the words and then you remember much better. I forget, there's some science behind that. But I don't know. I always start off with like just one or two lines. Right now, the reason I'm journaling is because I want to be able to reflect and read this stuff and what was happening. And I feel like I never have anything to say, but I always tell myself just start off the first two lines. Just how do you feel physically and mentally, as opposed to when you were fapping or whatever. And now I'll start with one sentence, and then I always tell myself don't exaggerate it, don't downplay it. Just be totally neutral towards it because you're gonna look back at this later yourself. And then one thing leads to another, one thing leads to another, and before you know it, I'm talking about like self-actualization, all this craziness, man. Um, okay, hold on. When you guys are typing, this thing goes away. I've never done a live before, so can you share your thoughts? Evening, brother. Evening, Black Pill. Thanks, man. I will meditate. Meditate, man. Learn how to do it. It's pretty simple. Just read some how-to guides. Don't overcomplicate it because it's not complicated. I rather use my energy towards myself than depletion. It's depleting its side effects, of course, man. Have you, B Cage, buddy? You're always one of the first guys to comment, man. True, true, true fan, always there. Have you taken any supplements that raise tests like zinc? If so, what have you noticed? Ashwagandha. I was taking ashwagandha for a while. Zinc, I'm taking ashwagandha. Man, I can't say that. I introduced these supplements at weird times while I was already on my streak. So I don't know if it's my streak that's making me feel this amazing like benefits, or if it's introducing some supplement. I don't think it's a supplement. I've noticed ashwagandha pills. They're supposed to up your testosterone, and I always think everything's placebo. Like I'm so skeptical that I think everything's fucking placebo. But ashwagandha, I think there's like a tiny like sense of more calmness, which I don't think it increases the testosterone. I think ashwagandha, from what I've read about it, is that it makes you more calm, and in turn, being calm and less stressed out makes you, increases your testosterone. Because whenever you read up on increasing testosterone, they always say to reduce stress, do activities that reduce stress. That's always one of the things that are top of the list with sleeping and nutrition and weightlifting and exercise, right? So I think that's how ashwagandha works. But I stopped taking it. Um, Omega 3s, omega 3 fish oil. I've actually haven't been taking them that much because I've been eating like lots of fish every day, man. I've been trying to get as much natural omega 3s as possible because I read that a lot of the omega 3 pills they have like some sort of oxygenation or something that ruins the quality. Uh, okay, what was next? Creatine also I take. Creatine. Creatine, I read a study that creatine after it takes a long time, but for some reason, after like 60 something days, they seen a huge spike in testosterone. Not a huge spike, but a considerable spike in testosterone uh, when you're taking when you're taking creatine for a long time, every day, right? Okay, where you guys at? Have you taken any supplements? Sup, man? How much do you eat in a day, and what do you indulge in, bro? I'm not indulging in anything. I'm so strict with myself. One thing I noticed about the natural rules of life. Right now, I'm trying to keep this going as long as I can, as long as my willpower will let me. I'm trying to cut out anything that's stimulating except for exercise, and I'm having conversations with my friends through like Facebook Messenger, and my conversation with my friends are through the roof. Like people just don't want to get off the phone with me anymore. Like it's insane. I love it. My communication skills are top notch, like amazing. I love it. I'm like helping my friends resolve issues in their life. This stuff I was never really doing, but like not just that, I'm getting other people to have insights and things like this. I'm loving it. My communication skills like blew up, and it's in my journal. This was about 10, 12 days ago, 2 weeks ago, something like this. I started having these insane conversations because all my friends live in Vancouver. I'm in Warsaw right now. There's a 9-hour time difference, and I got these guys like I'm keeping them awake till like 4 a.m. sometimes because they don't want to get off the phone. I love it. This is an undeniable, absolutely undeniable. Uh, this I would call superpower because this is something that people could turn to all sorts of stuff. You go for an interview at work, all sorts of stuff like that. You're going on a first date with a chick, something like this would be just invaluable. Man, I never run out of stuff to talk about, and people are just like sitting there listening, like what? I fucking love it. What else you got? Great videos, dude. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Justin. I am MGTOW. Women a waste of time. They are a distraction in our life. Yeah, man, MGTOW. I want to make a video about MGTOW. I'm going to make a video totally related just to that. I'm also like into MGTOW too, man. I just not as extreme as some people. I totally understand that women, I swear, they're like this little. They're always just they're like waves of like you can try to fight the ocean with these waves just coming, but the waves will always come. They're always just trying to take some of that energy away. Let's go to the theater. Let's go to the restaurant. Or obviously, fucking all the time. That's beyond the scope of this right now, but yeah, man. MGTOW, that's a different day. We got to talk about that. I learned a lot from you, bro. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. I messed up by starting while I was on an extended water fast. Anything over 24 hours causes your testosterone to drop. Now I'm on day two off the fast. Man, that's weird because I've read so many studies. I've read two that say that your testosterone cranks up like crazy on day three. And then I've read a bunch that also say that your testosterone drops a little bit, but not significantly. And to be honest, I don't ever feel it dropping. I always feel it kind of elevated. Like the things that people describe as high testosterone, I would think it goes up. It feels like it does, anyways. But I always try to do some light exercise, right? I don't sit idly. I always try to at least speed walk or do some push-ups, some light stuff, right? Just throughout the days. Can you tell me more about journaling? I'm gonna make a video about it tomorrow. I'll get more in depth about it at the beginning because I'm gonna be reviewing my journal, my 50-day journal. It's gonna take me a while, so you guys gotta be patient. It's not gonna. I'll start in the morning and I'll do it. I want to just go back to the one guy who asked me, "What do I indulge in?" I indulge right now. I've cut out sugar. I've cut out caffeine. I've cut out Man, like the rules that I'm using are pretty fucked up. Like even if it's something tastes too good, I'm kind of weary of it. Even if it's healthy, like nuts and stuff like this. You might say I'm being kind of extreme, and I'm starting to kind of think about it too. But one thing I've noticed is the more I prevent stimulation, the more whatever the opposite of stimulation is naturally builds up within me. This energy, this feel good vibe, these just man, I'm starting to get all this good luck again for no reason. Coincidences, shit that I don't believe in, just happening. I can't describe it. I'm sure one day science will describe it. For now, I don't know. I'm just gonna sound crazy, but all these like crazy, really good luck coincidences are happening. Stuff that's it's too much to be coincidence. After a while, you got to say something's happening. And I'm not really into all this esoteric stuff, although I'm becoming more open-minded to it because this is like just craziness. Anyways, I have a question about wet dreams. Whenever I get wet dreams, I start to think, oh, my progress goes away. Does the wet dream get rid of the superpowers? Dude, all my streaks, I never got wet dreams. And I swear, I think it's because I meditate right before bed. I've done so much reading, man. I used to be obsessed. My favorite pastime and hobby for the past 4 years has been reading 90-day reports from guys on the Reddit, on the subreddit, the nofap subreddit. And the one thing that keeps reoccurring theme, if you're religious, if you're Catholic, praying the rosary right before bed, because what you're praying, like it just puts the mental image of like religious figure, the Virgin Mary or something. I don't know. I'm not really too religious, but like I was raised Catholic, but I'm definitely open-minded to it, and I try to do it once in a while. And that's the one thing that works for everybody to stop wet dreams. And I don't know why this isn't more popular. This is like the one thing. And ever since I did have like two wet dreams, like three wet dreams before. On my last streak, I think no, no, that wasn't my last streak. Anyways, it was sometime around 20 some days. I remember I had my first wet dream. It was brutal, and then I started looking at it more, and then from that time, I told myself never again. So for the 20, 25, 30 minutes before bed, I have deep meditations, and whenever I let my mind wander, I just think about like super positive things, nothing sexual. The more like these sexual thoughts you have throughout the day, that stuff's gonna stay in your subconscious. It comes out in your dream. I swear, man. In the beginning of the streak, the first like 15 days were insane, like sexual dreams I was having, like crazy. Every single day, I was like, my heart was pumping when I woke up, like so paranoid that I had a wet dream, but I didn't, luckily. But when I did have my wet dream, I did feel, like kind of like for one day I would have like I felt like huge burst of energy, and like everybody says like if they relapse one time or something, they have this huge burst of energy, they feel great for like one day. um And then after that, it's like a crazy crash of energy. It's like being hit with a freight train or falling from a third story balcony. And it's like, whoa, like looking around, the brain fog's back. But it's not, obviously it's not as bad as starting to fap again. Wet dream, and it's a dopamine. It's the whole thing of dopamine, right? If you're sitting there fapping, then you're releasing all this dopamine. If it happens naturally through your dream, it's obviously going to be totally different effects, right? So you can't beat yourself up over that. But do things to prevent it, you know what I mean? Anyways, I have a question about wet dreams. That was you, okay? What is your experience with blue balls? Those hurting nuts. That's only happened to me when I edged, man. I don't edge anymore. That's the worst possible thing I can do. If you edge, man, I'm telling you, just reset your counter. Like seriously, I've done so much experimenting, A and B, man, with edging, and I've noticed that I could be on a 30-day streak if I edge for like an hour or half hour, everything's gone. All the benefits that usually would come are pushed back like 15, 20 days. So there's no point of edging. It's a relapse in my eyes. The thing is, I go to the gym a lot and notice the more I do heavy lifts, like squats, maybe about 12 days after I will have a wet dream and it makes me feel like I'm losing progress. Dude, control your mind throughout the day. Make sure you're not having those like try to whenever you have those sexual thoughts, get those out of your head because that's gets stuck in your subconscious, man. Comes out in your dreams. I swear. That's why like when people repeat the rosary, like Catholic people repeat the rosary before bed, and they do the whole thing. They're just putting this mental image of like this holy figure or whatever. Do something equivalent to that, whatever it is, man. Recite your goals and stuff like that. Just get the anything sexual out of your mind, especially the time before bed. Well, I still get superpowers even if I have wet dreams, man. I can't tell you because I never really had a huge problem with wet dreams. I only had it a few times. Are you still doing stretches daily? Yes, I am. I'm doing stretches every day. 77 days, bro. You were big reasons why I started. Thanks, man. This is means a lot to me. That means really a lot to me. Are you from Ukraine? I'm from Poland, but I grew up in Canada. I was born in Poland, but I grew up in Canada. I don't feel my testosterone dropping when I fast. I feel more fierce and engaged with reality. Me too. Me too. Thanks, bro. Do you still watch Captain Sinbad? I love Captain Sinbad, man. That guy's awesome. That guy keeps me motivated. And man, most of those YouTube channels are straight garbage. I can't tell you. I can't name any other YouTube channels except Drew, and he doesn't make videos anymore. He made a couple that are really good. And Captain Sinbad, he's the only other good guy that I'll take any information from. All those other guys are trying to sell you something. They all got some sort of fuck, man, something to sell you. Something. Oh, buy me a coffee. Look at their description. They always got links to buy them a coffee or give me your email so I could send you spam or something crazy like that. They're all internet marketers that checked out a trend, and now they're just running on that trend, trying to suck your money out of you. That's all. They see that something called nofap is trending, right? So that's what you can see. None of these guys got superpowers. You can see none of these guys got strong benefits. There's a reason for this, but they got great production value. Look at me. I'm streaming through a phone, sitting in my kitchen. You know what I mean? These guys got nice, expensive cameras, editing software, all this stuff. Like man, and that's why I like Captain Sinbad. At least he started off like me, but at least he's in the act. He's an actor and stuff like that. He knows how to do all this stuff. He's not trying to suck you out of money. At least he's genuine. Even if he asked for money, I'd probably send him a couple bucks just because he is genuine. Fuck. Yeah, we shouldn't encourage those people, man. All those people. I'm on 500 days. Like, no, you're not, man. I can just see in your eyes, hear in your voice, and listen by the things you're reporting. You're completely just reading what other people wrote and trying to imitate it through a video content. It's ridiculous. Meditation or exercise? Both. Always both, buddy. If you had only two choices, meditation or exercise? Oh, okay. Fuck. Exercise. No. Meditation. Meditation has to be meditation because it will stop you from relapsing. That's the only thing. How's your skin? How's your skin so clear? Dude, it was never like that. I had skin problems all my life, except when I go on a long streak. It's like it looks oily, but it's not oily. My skin looks oily, but it's not. When you touch it, it's totally firm. It's the weirdest shit, man. People want to touch it. It's so funny. Chicks always want to touch my skin. They ask me because they're all interested about creams and stuff like that. They ask me what I do. But also sauna. I go into sauna often, every 3 days at least, or something like that. That helps like crazy. Um, Best time to meditate, morning and evening. Morning, do it first thing in the morning. Just get in the habit. At first, it sucks, man. The more resistance you have to something, the more of a sign it is that it's good for you, right? Our animal nature likes to fight that stuff. So do it once in the morning. Man, don't force yourself to do it. Just see how long you can go. Don't put a timer on. Just start meditating, and just see how long you can go for. And then in the evening, right before bed, and then that stops wet dreams straight up. If you're having problems with wet dreams, do that. Um, I was in a streak and had a wet dream at a friend's house in his clothes. What the fuck? Hey, bro, I'm on hard mode, day 12. It's pretty tough. I've done 55 days, easy mode, and that was much easier. Any advice? Yeah, dude, man, that's why it's called hard mode. Anything worth going for in this life is gonna be hard, man. Advice: meditate. Meditate and it'll be easier. Exercise and it'll be easier. Have complete custody of your mind. Have complete custody of your eyes. When you see hot chicks wearing and dressed like sluts on the street, don't stare at them, man. I know it's fucking hard, man, but if you can avoid it, dude, when you stare at those chicks walking down the street, especially when it's summertime, like right now, and there's so many chicks just hoeing it up, you gotta watch out, man. Yeah, that stuff's gonna fuck you up. Have you heard of Snake Dad? Yeah, man, Cole Robinson, the guy's a gangster, man. I watch so much of his stuff. Man, that guy has so much knowledge, but he says so much dumb shit sometimes that man, I love this guy, man. I love him. I don't know, man, but he goes out there a little bit too much, saying some crazy shit, man. But like, it's crazy. He's got such a strong understanding of like stimulants, and just avoiding stimulants is one of the healthiest things you can do for yourself. You don't have to always do it for your life. I'm not talking about not drinking coffee or eating sugar or all the little things even. I'm just saying do it for extended time, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, and see how far you'll get in life. Quick, farther than you've ever gone by reading any book or listening to any guru. Okay, you naturally go farther. Crazy shit that you never even realize starts happening. I've been losing weight like a motherfucker, man, and I've been like trying to lose weight. Oh, Captain Sinbad's in the house. Unbelievable. Oh, damn. I've been quietly here for 5 minutes. Thanks, man. That's crazy. Dude, Captain Sinbad, this guy, he's the reason I'm talking to you guys right now. I wasn't gonna start making videos again, really, until I found his YouTube channel. When I seen his 90-day report, I think that was like the one genuine 90-day report that I've seen a video of, anyways. I mean, you see them on Reddit all the time, but I've never seen like a genuine 90-day reports, like Captain Sinbad's. Awesome, man. Awesome. All his videos are pure gold, man. You can get something good out of all of his videos. What can you say about mind chatter? Does it stop or reduce? Yeah, definitely reduces, man. Mind chatter definitely reduces. You get way more control. Dude, your mind completely changes. Listen, I could speak three languages right now, and I can't find words to tell you guys the most important stuff I want to tell you. The way that your brain starts to behave, the way your brain starts to act, man, you get such control of your mind. It's like, fuck, man. It's like, I don't want to say it's a limitless pill, but it's the limitless pill. Except not to such extreme extents. You're not going to learn a new language in 3 days. You're not going to become a financial broker or some sort of stock trader in a week. But man, it's like the closest thing I could think of. Your brain starts to have these deep thoughts, these deep insights. You start resolving problems that have been bugging you for life. Things that you've been struggling with become much harder, much easier to deal with. I can't put it into words. Anything I say will be downplaying it. What can you say about my? But this is like I'm talking. I'm pretty strict with my stimulants. I'm stopping all stimulants. Like whenever I notice something feels good, I already get weary of it, unless it's exercise or meditation, right? And like I said, you don't have to do this always. Just do this for a while, do it for a few months, and then see how much further, how many years of progress you will get. You get 6 or 7 years of progress in 6 or 7 months of this thing, man. At least the way I'm doing it, right? Which is like pretty hardcore. I have a question. I'm doing hard mode. I'm on day 30, but I have a girlfriend. If I have sex, let's say once a week, will I lose any benefits? Bro, I've never tried that before, man, so I can't tell you. I'm not, maybe Captain Sitback could say that. He can chime in on this. I can't say nothing about it. What's your opinion on Gold Jacket Luke 900 days? That's one of those guys I don't believe him. I don't believe him at all. Maybe he's meditating like 6 hours a day or something. I don't know. He's like he's too peaceful. He's not out there enough. He's not saying anything. I haven't watched too many of his videos. I don't know. I don't want to say anything bad about these guys. I might be wrong. One thing I notice is that everybody gets affected differently. Just like I always say, when you take a drug, when you take any drug, prescription drug in the commercial, they always tell you may cause this and this and this, because in the control group, out of like a couple hundred people, everybody had different experiences. This is the same thing with nofap, man. I think it's strongly related to how much testosterone you produce and other factors, how hardcore you're going against stimulation. I'll try to start answering these quicker, man. No, dude, don't put that. What the heck? He is back finally. Oh, that's cool. Poem is a nice place. Yeah, it is nice, man. It's really cool right now. Captain Sinbad, the only two people I watch on this topic because they're the most real. That's right, man. That's right. Check out Drew's channel. There's a channel called Drew, and he's got a bunch of good quality videos, but he doesn't make videos anymore. But the stuff that he does have out there is really good. Um, you heard of Angel? No, I've never heard of him. I really missed you the last couple months. Glad to see you're back. I missed you too, man. Captain Sinbad's. Hey, bro. Big respect to you. That's right, man. I'm telling you guys, check out his videos, check out these videos whenever you're feeling you're gonna relapse, man. Go for a walk, plug your earphones in, look at the videos. Sometimes that's all it takes. Just stretch your legs out, get out of the house, get some fresh air, speed walk, whatever. Gabe Dog is super motivational. I actually watch Gabe Dog a lot, but he's crazy esoteric, like a bit too much for me. Even though I'm becoming more and more open-minded to all that stuff, I'm realizing that science hasn't even came close to being able to explain all the stuff that's out there. We give too much credit to the scientific community, unfortunately. But I'm somebody who's always wanted to have some science behind anything I do, especially with all the self-development stuff. Gabe Dog is way too intense. Yeah, man. How do you feel about Flatlines? I find that mine comes straight away after the first 4 days of nofap. That's crazy, man. That's like I said, everybody gets affected differently. The way I look at Flatlines, I kind of get happy in the back of my head when I get a flatline. I know that it's a rite of passage, right? It's a rite of passage. It's something that has to you have to go through. It's a good symbol. It means that this is working. Your body has officially noticed that something's happening. You're not getting laid. So now it's time to get you out there and it's something's chemically changing. When you're having a flatline, something is chemically, physically changing. You know that it's not placebo. You know that there's something really happening, right? So I welcome flatlines. I'm happy to see a flatline because I know that something's up, something's happening, and I know the good stuff is just around the corner when that happens. What's my longest streak? And that's a problem. That's why I'm so happy I'm journaling this time, everything. My longest streak is like over 100 days, 118, 108, maybe let's say 110 days. It was over 100 days, I know that. But I had a bunch of streaks that were over 60, 70 days. Fuck, man, I can't even say but there was a lot of long ones. But for, but I had like, man, so many, like 3, 4 day streaks, 1 week streak. Between like 1 week and 23 days was like no man's land, man. I couldn't get past it. And then after that, it became really brutal too. Once I got a little bit better, learned some tricks, then between 23 days and 35 days was like the no man's land for me. But I swear, once you get past 35 days, I don't want to say home free, don't get cocky, but the urges go down. You don't have to be as extreme with stimulants and stuff like that, with avoiding stimulants. How do I survive the caffeine withdrawals? The symptoms are too so severe. I get aggressive, paranoid, and suicidal. It's so hard for me to quit. The way I got off my caffeine withdrawals. Oh man, this was crazy. I don't know if you can do this. Just a water fast. Well, I've read about it that to flush everything out, whatever. Just drink a lot of water to get over the caffeine. It's supposed to shorten the window of the symptoms of coming off caffeine. And I've read that in a few places, and I've noticed that to be true with myself. Do it on the fast. The only thing is that when you're already stopping something that you like caffeine, and not giving yourself the food, that's really hard. It's going to take a certain amount of willpower. I meditate a lot on my fasting days, so it helps with all this stuff. It's easy to say no and stay on track. Flatline remedies, cold shower. I 100% agree. Cold shower, cardio, meditation is the best way to snap out of a flatline quicker or to reduce the negative effects. What's one book you would recommend for someone to reach into self-development as a beginner? What's your favorite? Think and Grow Rich, hands down. Think and Grow Rich. There's so many different editions of it. Get one of the revised ones, I guess. There's a lot of knowledge in there. Pretty much, Think and Grow Rich is every self-help book in one. Every self-help book after Think and Grow Rich is basically just an extension of one of the chapters. But it's something you have to look into a lot. You got me beat. My longest streak was 68 days. Bro, 68 days is really good, man. Really good. Just get back on it, man. Get back on it right away. Don't fail until you stop. Bro, crazy. Where you been? Man, I've been, I've been fucking around, man. For like seven months. I've been trying to get back on my streak. You know what I mean? One time you fuck up and then brutal. I want to start journaling. How should I go about it? I'll make a video about it tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to be reviewing my 50-day journal. And I'll do all the best tips. I'll give you guys all the best tips I can. It's actually really easy. How I didn't realize you started uploading a few days ago again. Yeah, man, every day. I'll try to be doing every 2 or 3 days. The same with the podcast. I'm kind of falling behind. I got a bunch of projects on my hands. I'm gonna be uploading a bunch of stuff to the podcast also. I'm on day 5 of nofap and 45 days of no weed. Good, man. Dude, when I quit smoking weed, nobody wants to hear this, man. But dude, weed is just another stimulant, man. It's just another escape from the reality. You know what I mean? You're just escaping from reality. That's all you're doing. Fuck. Man, get successful. Get your finances in order. Get your love life in order. Get all that stuff in order. Get your health in order. If you still want to smoke weed after that, whatever, smoke it, limited, whatever, man. Same with alcohol. Get your priorities straight first, man. You don't have to do this for years. Do it for 5, 6 months, man. Caffeine is huge. It's such an enabler for other addictions. Bro, fuck. I realized that when I would drink a lot of caffeine on those days where I had like 4 or 5 cups of coffee, it was a guaranteed relapse on my longer streaks. And I noticed that. I noticed that right away. And I was like, okay, there's something going on. Because you get so focused on everything. You're so in tune with every little thing. And then you know what you're in tune to? Your urges. And then your urge is like 3 times stronger when you're like crazy on the caffeine because you're so in tune with everything. Do I meditate? Bro, I could write a book on meditation. I meditate so much. I can't wait for the podcast. It's going to be so good. But yeah, that's right, man. Better believe it. I started doing fapping since 7. Now I'm 19 days. 15. How long would it take? I feel so numbed down. Today I cried out nowhere. Is that the emotions I have flushed down? Bro, it's good that you cried, man. That's really good. I get crazy emotional. Especially when I first found out about nofap and I started getting longer streaks, I was getting insanely emotional. I would get like, depressed and I would want to just go and beat up a punching bag and I would want to cry about like the stupidity the wasted time in my life. It's just ridiculous, man. That's good though. That's good. There's some sort of reaction in your brain, psychological reactions. That's really good. That's the reaction from your brain of not getting stimulated for no reason, getting this instant gratification when you didn't have to work for it. Do you visualize already having what you want to have, and do you do in the morning or in the evening? Yeah, a little bit. I know the importance of it. I hear it everywhere, but I do so much like self-improvement stuff at the same time. I do all this like primal breathing too, where you take those deep, super deep breaths before and after my meditation sessions. I do like 30 like super deep breaths and I blow it out as fast as I can. I do all this, man, I have this whole long list of all this stuff that I do that I'm overwhelmed sometimes with it. But I know visualizing is crazy. I know that's one of the proven things I need to do more of. I do it, but not as much as I should be doing it and not as intensely as I should be doing it. I know you're supposed to pretend that you're really like, if you want to be some big time financial broker or something like that, or some ultra successful person, you're supposed to live and act as if you are the guy 24/7. I know it changes your mind. Psychologists talk about it. It's not just pseudoscience. It's real. I know that athletes, Olympic athletes, almost all have as a part of their training and stuff like that. It's crazy. Thoughts on starting habits. Should I focus on one habit at a time until I get it down because I want to master all of them? It depends how serious the habit is, how much of stimulation. Well, quitting bad habits, I would take it one at a time. Although I love extremes, man. I love extremes. Just like that guy from the Snake Diet, Cole Robinson, he loves extremes. I admire that. But man, it depends on your own personality. How much self-discipline do you have? Is that big benefits video still coming tomorrow? Yeah, it is. It's gonna be long, man. I'm not even looking forward to it. See, like right now, I'm limiting my caffeine intake to once every 10 days, and tomorrow is going to be a caffeine intake day, so I'm going to need it for that long report because I have to organize so many pages of fucking journaling, man. Like, look at this stuff. This is just like every day I write one of these or two of these, right? Every day. And man, I just have a stack of these little sheets, these little binders, man. Um, So I got to organize all the thoughts. I was having a lot of insights and a lot of stuff. Each one, almost on each one of those pages, is enough for a video. So I gotta like dumb it down a little bit. I can't wait for your book. Yeah, I'm working on the book too. This is crazy, man. All this stuff's coming together. I want to make sure it's perfect. I got all these projects at once. I cried on Naruto. I'm not sure what Naruto is. I'm not really into the anime too much. But man, it's good if you're getting emotional. It's really good. Day 30, good. Keep going. My highest ever. Perfect. Buddy, have pride in yourself. Day 30, have a lot of pride in yourself. Be proud, man. Remember, if you fuck up, how hard it's gonna be. You're gonna be falling and trying if you fuck up in that 30 days. And remember, between 30 and 40, your urges will go down and the benefits will get stronger and stronger, and then you'll never want to go back. Why does why does my dream suddenly get so more? So more intensive on nofap. Yeah, the same thing with me. I find it so weird. The benefits I like the most is waking up with energy, even with no caffeine. Love it too, man. I've been waking up at like 4:30 every day, and like on the dot. It's the weirdest thing. Like on the dot every day. I haven't woke up on a odd number since day 20, and I don't know how to explain it, man. I don't know. I'm not even gonna attempt to explain it. It's either always 4, 4:30, 5, or 5:30. One of those. And I've been waking up like crazy early, full of energy. At first, I was trying to sleep in, but I couldn't do it. And it's like good energy, you know. And so I get up. I get up and I start my routine, my morning routine. Why does my okay? I don't know why your dreams get so intense, man. I've read lots and all the reports, people trying to explain it. You're rebalancing your mental neurotransmitters, I think, dopamine, things like that. Because that has a direct relation to your dreams. Living and acting as it is honestly really hard, especially if you don't really know other rich people, for example, and especially 24/7. I've tried it, but I couldn't keep it up more than a few weeks. Uh-huh. I experienced some neck muscle tension and my body aches sometimes. It all started after day 20. Is it normal? I never had that, but I've read lots of people that have that. That's part of the flat line. Go get some exercise, man. Start stretching. Start stretching. Do some exercise. I want to start a new habit. Something I can learn more about myself. Can you recommend something? Doing meditation already. Start journaling. Start doing high intensity cardio exercise. I can't stress that enough, man. High intensity cardio exercise, that's gonna make big difference. Start lifting weights. If you're not going to the gym, start doing that. Okay. If you hate cardio, then just at least start lifting weights. Okay. And then start reading. Start reading, man. Even if it's only a small amount per day, just start reading. Start listening to audiobooks. I feel like the better way to go about it is to just visualize in the morning and evening because 24/7 becomes super impractical. How has NoFap changed the way you experience reality? Damn, man. That's everything. It's changed everything the way I experience reality. I'm a different person completely. If I made this video 4 or 5 years ago before I even found out about NoFap, you guys wouldn't recognize me at all. You guys would not recognize me. You would be laughing. It's completely changed everything. That's the only way to explain it without going into about an hour worth of talking. Do you still experience a lot of female attraction during your nofap streak? Yeah, I do, and that's one of the hardest fucking things about it right now, because I've had so many chicks flirting with me like crazy, and like two of them are really, really, really hot, and they're really good girls actually. They're really nice, like really good girls, and it's really fucking hard not to ask them for that coffee date, man, which will eventually turn to just an unstoppable system. And I know I'm gonna fuck everything up, and I'm not in a place where I want to be right now. I'm not in a place where I want to be right now, financially, health wise, and I want to do one really good long streak, and not ever have to worry about problems with finances, problems with emotions, things like this, health, all that stuff. I can maintain weight, man, but when I go like, fuck, man, I'm still taking off weight that I gained from all these years of partying before I found out about NoFap. I had so much weight to lose. I'm almost at a six pack now, and I'm not even trying anymore. It's crazy, man. Like I'm actually not even trying. If all the different like weight loss people, all the products are out there, the whole industry would just introduce at least the male segment to NoFap. You can throw out all your diet supplements and all the diet plans. It all just starts happening on its own. Like before, I used to have to track and be so strict with my diet. Now it's all on its own. My hunger is completely controllable. I have nonstop energy. Like I fucking exercise so much today, and I'm tired, like crazy tired. I'm super sleepy. I can tell I'm gonna have an amazing sleep right now. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. The health industry, the diet industry will be bankrupt if this message got out. It's so at least for the guys segment. I don't know what the girls can do. The experience of where have you been? You have been away for some months. Check out my 45-day video. I explain it in there. I haven't felt any urges since day 3, and now it is day 15. The flat lines I have are so long, so I need to prepare for the sudden flow of urges. Brace yourself. The urges are coming. That's right. That's right. Exercise, meditate, man. When the flat line hits, and cold showers, and you'll be fine, man. It won't last as long, and the negative effects won't be as pronounced. How do you fight the urge not to have sex if you know surely that you can if you want to? Dude, that's one of the hardest things that I've been doing. It's the same like To me, I treat it in the same way that I treat peaking or wanting to peak or edge or whatever. I just have complete custody of the mind. I tell myself like, dude, you can ask this chick for her number now. She's hot. She's definitely a good-looking girl. She's totally into you. She's been flirting with you. Oh, she's literally just waiting for you to ask her for her number or whatever. And then, fuck, man, that's the hardest thing. That's harder than saying no to everything else. And that's what I've been dealing with lately a lot, like a lot, man. And it's, so I'm not. I'm making sure I'm not going. I'm not putting myself in situations where I could be in this situation. The problem is that okay, I'm already saying no to parties and things like this, but like little get-togethers here and there that people want to meet up, and I know I'm gonna be around chicks and stuff. I just try to find an excuse to get around it. And right now, I have plenty of excuses. Okay, that I could come up with. So that's the only thing that's been working for me. How do you fight the urge not to have sex? If you know, okay, what would be great if you could link a timeline to the benefits in your upcoming video. I always get lost around day 21. I will when I compress all the stuff that I will when I compress all the stuff that I have in my journals. Where have you been and what's with the case study? You're watching it, man. I'm on day 49 right now. Fuck, what time is it? I gotta go to sleep soon. It's 9:40. I'll be ending this in a couple minutes probably. Ask your questions, whatever you want to know, ask them now. Um, I'll be going to sleep. But tomorrow's day 50, man, the big 50. So, um, the case study is in full effect, man. I fucked up, but I left off at 45 days on New Year's, and I started off at 45 days again. It's been more or less the timeline has been very similar to my first streak, with some subtle differences. Fuck, what's been the big difference this time around? Those really vivid dreams at the beginning were really different, which is weird. Where have you been? What's the case? Have you had any experience with psychedelics? I have tried LSD. It is very powerful, so I gotta warn everyone. I know, I read about it. I know that it could, it's crazy. DMT and all that stuff, like Joe Rogan always talks about. I know it could be, it could open up your soul, and I've read about it, and I know that it's crazy. We don't know much about it, but I don't know. Fuck, I don't know, man. I don't want to play with that shit because I know that when you mess around acid, like LSD, all those psychedelics, some people, like a small amount of the population, doesn't come back, man. They stay like fucked up. So yeah, I don't know. That's it, man. I don't want to risk it. But I've seen Tim Ferriss talk about it in his book, that Tools of Titans, and I don't know, he makes a pretty good point about it, but I'm not gonna fuck with it. How's your sexual energy, libido, and erections after 45 days? Tyler Durden, is this the real Tyler Durden? How's your sexual energy, libido, and erections after 45 days? After 45 days, dude, I have morning wood every day now, man. Every single day I have morning wood, and like brutal morning wood, which was like I'm 32 now, man. So you know what I mean? Like I'm starting to my testosterone's supposed to be going down slowly. Apparently, this is the age where it starts. Although I don't feel like it. But man, my morning wood obviously when I'm not on a good streak, I have it. Sometimes I don't. Usually I have like crazy morning wood after drinking, which is weird. But now after 45 days, fuck, after like 25, 30 something days, I started getting morning wood every single morning. And then when I had my flatline, I didn't have it. And then as soon as my flatline ended, instantly the morning would start coming back even worse. Like I can't even take a piss in the morning when I wake up. I have to wait a while. What would be the issue for someone who only experiences urges for 2 days, then nothing, even up until day 30? Dude, I don't know. I never had that experience. What would be the issue if I had to guess? You're not exercising, you're not eating correctly, maybe your testosterone's tanked for whatever reason. I'd look into more on testosterone. That would be it. But then again, if it comes back at 30 days, maybe it's something biologically, something chemically being rebooted. Fuck, I'm getting so tired now, man. I burned so many calories. I've eaten like 23 or 2400 calories today, maybe 2500 calories, and I've burnt over 2000 calories, and I don't even feel hungry, and I'm still like full of energy. But now my body's sending me signals I want to go to sleep because I've been going to sleep at like 10 every day, 10:30. So I'll be ending this really soon. Uh, when I get about 8 days on further, everyone stares at me, including dudes. It's weird. Like even people from car to car. So it's more than pheromones. Yeah, no, that's definitely true. That's definitely true. That's one of the things I can't explain, man. One of the esoteric guys can tell you more about that. I'm not qualified to tell you about this stuff, man. I'm on day 49 right now. What is it? 2 hours, 20 minutes. I'm beating day 50, I guess, technically. How is your Russian language understanding? I study it as well. It's good. It's good. I could understand. I could hold a conversation, but I've been kind of lacking on the Russian, on learning Russian in the last 7 months. Here and there, I had little bursts of it for a couple days, a week or two. But now I'm starting again to dedicate some time every day to it. I'm gonna find another tutor, and that's it. And I'm on day 40, 49. That's it. All right, guys. I'm gonna be ending this live session. This is the first one I tried. I'll be doing these more often. So get your questions ready. I'll do some Q&A. I'll do some Q&A videos. Okay. Send me your questions. I don't know, on the comments section. Okay. All right, guys. Stay strong. Do your thing. Have control of yourself. Control your mind. Control everything. Okay. Control what you look at. Control what you think about. Meditate. Exercise daily. Get that energy out of you, man. It's got to come out one way or another. Dedicate it to something. Make a Minecraft episode. Be one of them hip boys. I don't know what Minecraft is, man. I've heard about it, but I don't know what it is. All right, guys. That's it. Take it easy and stay strong.